Hi, this is Laura, and welcome to 2018. This is just a quick little video that will walk you through some of the new things that I've added on Rock the Lab. When you go to the home page, if you scroll down just a little bit, you'll see the featured lessons section, and the first one you find will be the May the 4Cs be with you. Again, this is the page that kind of promotes those 4Cs of communication, collaboration, critical thinking, and creativity. So there's a couple of different activities here where your students can participate in learning activities that reinforce those 4Cs. If you go back to the home section, underneath it you'll see January featured lessons. There's the Become the Google Jedi Academy, and I'll talk about that in a minute. And then I have something new that I've started this year, and that is adding a couple of Easter eggs here and there. And it's just kind of a fun way to get the kids to explore different areas of Rock the Lab, so it's not just their own grade level button that they're clicking on, but it's other parts of the website as well. So anytime you see an animated GIF, you might want to click on it because it will take them to something that I think they will find very entertaining as well as educational. So that one happens to be just everything Star Wars. And I'm not going to go into too much detail because I want the kids to explore and discover on their own. If we take a look at the January featured lessons section, we see a winter graph scene. This is a really good activity for kinder and first graders. They have to use winter symbols to create this image in Google Sheets, and then they graph the number of images they used or icons they used in their winter scene, and then they have to make math equations that go along with the numbers that they have in here that are graphed. So it's a really good activity for kinder and first. We've got the Build a Snowman activity that was on the site last month, and I just carried it over because it's a really good way for kids to learn how to copy and paste objects from one slide to another. We have a one word for 2018 Hyperdoc. It allows them the opportunity to kind of reflect on the past year and make goals for the new year. This is a really nice activity. There are several Black History Month or Martin Luther King activities that kids can choose from. This one right here happens to be really good for kinder, first, and second, whereas this one would be more appropriate for third, fourth, and fifth. And then I really like this one because it's a place-based map based on the different locations where Martin Luther King spent his life, and the kids kind of travel to the different locations and learn about what he did in that specific area. This is a really cool website. It is from Greg Tang. And this is just like a little kind of game board where the kindergartners can play these different activities for about 10 minutes. It has a little timer up here so that they can click on the timer and then time themselves. Down here we see a winter magnetic poetry where you have all these words to choose from, and the kids can just drag them over and make a magnetic poetry type activity. And over here is a Snowflake Bentley Hyperdoc, so if you read the book or watch the video of the story to the kids, they can do some activities that reinforce some different reading skills. And then we have a wintertime Rebus story activity where kids use emojis to tell stories. That's a lot of fun as well. So if I go back to the home button, scroll down a little bit more, this is again a repeat. I'm not a huge fan of teaching skills in isolation. However, I have noticed that when kids come to the computer lab, they don't know how to do some of the basic things that they should know how to do within Google Docs. And so here we've got the different badges that the kids can earn. It's just quick activities. It would take maybe 30 to 45 minutes to complete each one. And then, as you can see, there's a lot of students from Bulverde Creek that have earned their badges. And if the kids share their document with me, then I'll go ahead and add their names to the website so they can see their names up here. Okay, back on the home button. All of the grade level buttons have been updated, so they now go to content that is specifically supports the third 9 weeks of instruction that begins today. And you'll see a whole bunch of new lessons. So just kind of, as you're planning lesson plans for the next 9 weeks, make sure you check out Rock the Lab because there's probably something here that will help you reinforce those concepts when you go to the computer lab. And as you scroll down, I really haven't talked to you guys much about these specific content area buttons. I want to kind of showcase math for you today. There is a website called Math Learning Center, and they have fabulous web-based and apps for the iPad that are all free, of different ways to make math concepts visible for students. And I really like these a lot. They recently published a brand new one called the Partial Product Finder, and I just discovered this one yesterday, and it's really cool, especially when you're doing two-digit times two-digit multiplication. It makes it visible for kids. So I'm going to be exploring this a little bit more and hopefully making some hyperdocs where the kids have to use this interactive to kind of help them understand the different ways that you use partial product to support finding answers to multiplication problems. And that's pretty much all you see that's new. Oh, look at that. Wonder what that is. Everything that's new on the website this month. I will update it for the month of February. I will create a new lesson that will kind of walk you through the things that are new. But as always, if you guys need something specific created, just send me an email and I'll be happy to create it for you and put it on the website. And if you need any help co-teaching a lesson, I'm also available for that. So thank you and have a great month.